all asked me to make to like share some of the sources that I get my information from and whatnot, like places that you can go to get information about women's basketball. And I actually made that. And this is it's called Quita's must follow list. And at the top of that list, I do have Annie Constable for I don't even I feel like I always say her last name wrong. I think Constable, I think. Anyway, Annie Constable from the Chicago Sun-Times. She is my favorite WNBA reporter. I am biased because I am in Chicago, and she covers the Chicago Sky, but she also does some like coverage about other women's basketball related things as well. But she is fan freaking tastic. Like the coverage that she does, I feel like she is one of the hardest working people in women's basketball in terms of reporters. Killer, awesome job. So yeah, follow Annie. That's her. I think that's her Twitter handle. So follow her on there. Also, Christina Williams, y'all. Christina Williams is fantastic. Christina Williams be getting the scoop, y'all. So if y'all are not following Christina Williams from she founded Girls Talk Sports TV. She is just phenomenal. The information that she gets, she's a person who gets scoops before everybody else. All right. So before y'all see certain media companies come out with information, it's probably likely that Christina Williams probably teased it already, or she put some out about it already. So she is phenomenal in terms of her coverage. So that is for sure a source that y'all should be following. And also this is not an exhaustive list. So don't at me if you're like, hey, why didn't you talk about this person? I follow more people than just these people. But yeah, these are some of the ones that I'm like, okay, if you need a list of some people to follow them. Okay, follow them. Also, the Next, there's lots of reporters who work for the Next, so I didn't put a specific reporter on there, but anybody at the Next, they do some really great reporting as well. They are actually the people who if you see people who are like, oh, this person's transferring to this place and all this other stuff, it's likely that the Next reported on it first. And the Next actually has a tracker that they keep updated with everybody who's in the transfer portal, and then also where they've confirmed to have gone. So yeah, the Next is truly a great place to get your information. Also, Richard Cohen, or I think that's how you say his last name. I apologize if that's wrong, but anyway, you got Richard Cohen from Her Hoop Stats, and just anybody from Her Hoop Stats. Her Hoop Stats is like the place to go if you're trying to find financial information about WNBA teams. Her Hoop Stats, it's in the name. It's in the name. Her Hoop Stats is like pretty fantastic. Like I'm on their website quite a bit. I'm on their Twitter quite a bit. I think they're just phenomenal. So follow Her Hoop Stats and Richard, but Her Hoop Stats, if you just follow them, pretty phenomenal. Pretty phenomenal stuff. And I believe they also have a check out their website. They're just great. They have great trackers. I believe they also have a podcast, I think. They definitely have a newsletter. So guys, subscribe to Her Hoop Stats newsletter. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And when I say pretty good, I mean it's very good. I subscribe to it. We also have Miles from Windsor. I think Miles has some really good coverage about women's basketball as well. So again, another person that I think you all might want to follow. And then, of course, follow the WNBA. Follow your favorite teams and favorite players as well. Follow them. So that's your list. Not a list of every single person that I follow in terms of women's basketball, because I follow a lot of people for women's basketball, but I would say those are like the core people and groups. Okay, but again, truly, Her Hoop Stats, the Next, Christina Williams, Annie Costable, like Windsor, these are really great sources when it comes to women's basketball. So I highly, highly, highly recommend y'all to follow those places. Adrian says WNBA Nation is pretty good. I got to check that out. Thank you for the recommendation. Moni says Windsor also has a great podcast. Okay, I didn't realize they had had podcasts. Donovan says, I'll say another must follow is W College Hoops. They keep us updated on transfer portal moves, roster breakdowns, wins/losses, awards, and much more. I don't think I'm aware of that org. So I'm gonna thank you so much for that suggestion. I'm gonna follow them for sure. Or maybe I am and I just can't remember. But yeah, thank you. Guys, if y'all are following other folks, other entities when it comes to women's basketball, drop it in the chat. Guys, with sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, guys. All right. Drop it in the chat and let's all make sure to follow the different people and organizations that are mentioned, okay?